Now that we've learned how to subtract decimals by blocks, let's just take some time to learn how to do it just with numbers on a page. And we're going to use a process called regrouping here. So the key idea, I would say, to subtracting decimals is make sure that we get things lined up correctly. So I'm going to write down the first number, and we're going to just stack it, the second number right below it. And the key thing is we need to get these decimals lined up together. So for example, the decimal in 2 and 879 thousandths needs to be right below the decimal that's in 5 and 305 thousandths. So you can see then the 2 would go right in front, the 8 would go after, the 7 would go in the hundredth spot, and the 9 would go in the thousandths. And the key thing is if you do this, then your place values are all correct. Your ones are lined up, your tenths are lined up, your hundredths are lined up, and your thousandths are lined up. And if you do that, subtracting decimals will be much easier. So I'm just going to put the subtractor inside in front, draw a line, and then now here we start going through the process. First thing I'm trying to do is take 9 away from 5. Clearly you can't take 9 when you only have 5 of them, so we need to regroup. So we look to the 1 in front of it, and in this case it's a 0. So I can't actually regroup from 0. There's none that I can take from it. So I actually have to now skip all the way up to the 3. So in this case, we are now going to take 1 from the 3. So that gives me 2 in the tenths place. Now what we're going to do is we're now going to give 10 to the hundredths place. But because we wanted to regroup to the 5, we also need to borrow 1 from it. So that 10 becomes a 9, and it changes this to a 15. So now we can take 9 away from 15. So 15 subtracted by 9 gives me 6. Now my hundredth spot, I have 9. I'm subtracting 7 from it, so that gives me 2. Now in my tenth spot, I'm trying to take 8 away from 2. Clearly I can't take 8 away from 2, so I need to regroup again. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to change this 5 in the 1 spot to 4, and that will give me 10 tenths. So that will now make this 2 into a 12. So I've got 12 subtract 8 leaves me with 4. The decimal stays right in the same line that it was in before, and I do my ones. 4 minus 2 leaves me with 2. So the answer here is 2 and 426 thousandths.